Oh, you mean like your nieces?
Yes.
Like Miss Leah, Lady Bobby?
She played like top.
Oh, I got your sister. This confused, but I'm like, play.
And then it would be maybe Alicia, Ben Devin, and yeah, Devin plays, Devin is Spanish for a little bit.
Oh, good, no. You have to be different.
I'm actually live right now. You can't hear your whole thing yet, but it's live. Yeah, well, I mean, I'll be over there. Trying to get this one off, but
Other Psalms.
Revelations. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark into his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Elohim, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name.
document's already printed out. It's already done.
Satan cast into the lake of fire.
Is there a place to print it?
And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and they shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. The great white throne. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth
Last time y'all
and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Elohim, and the books were open, and another book was open, which was in the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged, every man according to their works, in death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. But I will tell you what will happen to cowards And to everyone who is unfaithful or dirty-minded or who murders or is sexually immoral or uses witchcraft or worships idols or tell lies, they will be thrown into that lake of fire and burning sulfur. This is the second death.
Your haters, not your haters, they're your fruit testers. Your haters, not your haters, they're your fruit testers. Hey, your who I said your haters, not your haters, they're your fruit testers. Multitude like the haters, not your haters, they're your
Beats by all the songs.
Yeah. Truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors. Hey, when you learn the truth, it will set you free. Many are held captive, stolen identity. But let me just shoot the breeze, release you from Satan's squeeze. He's all like enemies, no matter the color you see. That truth flame,
All the songs.
truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors, truth colors. Yeah, yeah, truth colors.
Yeah, Sabi family. All right, we're gonna get down to business, right? Salute to everybody. May the will of my Father be done on this earth as it is in the heavens. We are about to pop this off because I don't think people know what is happening or what is coming down the pipeline. So you probably won't see my face like that today because it's just not that important. So let's go to what is important. What's important was in my messenger, right? That's what's important. If my messenger will open up. They know my messenger is important and just won't let it open up. You see me keep clicking it, right? See, I've been trying to stop my Windows update today, and I noticed as soon as I was trying to stop it, they were trying to upload another one right in. What I found out is this: it's a Windows update stack, service stack, that's inside of every single computer. And these service stacks is made to where you cannot change them at all. How many people know that man is fickle and man is not perfect as he think he is? So therefore, there's going to be a hole. And when I find that hole, I'm going to exploit it and tell everybody how to exploit it. Number one thing, what I found out so far, you have to take ownership of that service stack. Those who are techies know exactly what I'm talking about. Once you get into that service stack and you take authority over it, you probably make that service stack your big. So, and then because you have to understand is when you remove that, so when you remove your Windows update, it just installed. That service stack keeps it there. So it's just like your computer being restarted over. So if you like erase everything on your computer, there's a certain portion that has restoration properties. So it's like literally, so if you have 1,000 gigabytes, you know, on your computer for all space, you have one part that is your Windows operating system. Another part of that is literally a protective part of your Windows operating system. Just in case something happens to your computer, you can restore it to a early timer or restore it as it was a manufacturer's coming straight up out the garage or coming out the storage. That's exactly what the service stack is. So when they put an update on your computer, they literally put in a restoration point to where it cannot be touched. Just like your just like the whole thing what they do with a special part for the restoration. You know what I'm saying? If you want to restore your computer, that's exactly what the service stack is. So it holds that thing in place. No matter how many times you erase it, it installs the same Windows update. Why? Because it's held in place. So as soon as you remove it, it says, wait a minute, your computer is missing something. What's that? Oh, the update I just installed. And then it locks itself in there. And when you try to, you can remove the update all you want to. But the service stack is hard to be removed. Why? Because they put on it, oh, you don't have permission to remove this. Take permission to remove it and do what you got to do. Get a computer, experiment with them if you have to, go into the registry, whatnot, but we're going to find a way to break down the service stack. When the service stack is broken, game over. They're taking a long time to load my page. A very long time to load my page. Gotta do this. I have a live done. Okay. See, still ain't even come. They haven't showed it up yet. Still have not brought it on. Because I haven't restarted my computer yet after I removed the Windows update. When I was like, should we restart now? Like, no. I'm gonna do my live and you can restart if you want to. There's some coming in now. See, Messenger working now. Populating now. Like, get this popping right now. They don't want this to be played. I get it. I probably wouldn't want this to be played either. Especially if it was pretty much game over for the most part. You know what? They taking too long. Post it somewhere else. Yeah, it's taking a while for it to populate. Oh, time. There we go. If we can just add everything. Let me go ahead and rewind this again. Restart this again. I just need to be able to see it one time and I'm good. You know, just can't use. This is crazy. I want y'all to see this. See how crazy this is. You see, they literally trying to keep my page from uploading. Wow. There we go. All right. That's all I needed. Boom. Get the rest coming in. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, they have trained dogs to smell the Cyrus on you. And this is already occurring in a few states. Just imagine that you be out and about and some dog comes up and rats you out. Sack! 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 Oh man. Woo! So they said these dogs are coming all around the country. I guess they could smell it. I mean, look, they can smell cancer. Many of them can. Not all, but a big portion of them can. And they do have a very acute sense of smell. So these dogs are trained and they are being deployed to fight against the pandemic. So these pups are being weaponized in the battle against CV. And they've already been deployed in Florida, New York, and Massachusetts. The specially trained canines are now scouring schools in Massachusetts to detect, you know what, and a precaution before students return to school. They love to work, Bristol County Sheriff spokesman Jonathan Darling told CBS News. And then when we're not working, they just want to give you kisses, and we love it. The sheriff's office have 2 Labradors to Florida's International University, which specializes in training dogs to find CV in people and surfaces throughout the Global Forensics and Justice Center at its campus in Miami. So I guess if you send your kids to school and these dogs can smell something on them, guess what? You're going to be picking them kids up. Researchers at the school had been working on identifying odors and scents dogs could be trained to detect since 1993 and added CV to the list in 2020, the school said. Dogs have been tested and data collected and published. These dogs are 99.6% accurate. That's pretty damn good. This is according to the program manager, Kip Schultz, told the Post Thursday. So that's pretty good. Yeah, that is pretty good. It's all about tools in the toolbox, Schultz said. I think in the times that we're in, the dogs is vital to combating the virus. The trained pups have found their way into the Big Apple since the pandemic hit, although the NYPD has not trained their police dogs for this. In October, a Chinatown pet services company, Bark, reached out to BioScent, a Florida company that has been among the leaders in the newfound industry. Bark wanted to make sure their Canal Street offices were clean before employees prepared to return to the office after the lockdown. Bark dogs are at the center of everything we do. So it made complete sense to work with these sniffing dogs when we're considering our return to office plan. Wow. The dogs were very sweet to our human employees and played well with our 4-legged ones. The super sensitive snouts, the dogs, primarily beagles, can be trained to detect the scent of the virus, just as they can smell explosive drugs and even bed bugs. Mm-mm-mm. I started back before we even had the first lockdown, said BioSet owner Heather Quintera. All right, so they trained, ladies and gentlemen, 22 pups to sniff out bugs. Uh-huh. And that's the bug, the virus. So it's a little tricky in the beginning getting samples, she said Thursday, but one thing led to another and we did it. So they said once the canines are trained to detect the virus, they cannot be retrained to detect other scents. Nonetheless, the 4-legged sleuths will likely be busy for a while. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. they may be starting with schools. You can best believe this is going to move to other industries. Your employers might be hiring these dogs. I mean, that's how it all begins. It may start with the schools, but it's going to move from there. You know, don't be surprised that if you walk into some business district and you see these dogs around, because you know, if schools are going to do this, it's going to be many, many other industries, especially places where you have crowds of people all the time. I can see where they would utilize this. But y'all, please tell me what you think. Wow, this is deep. This is real deep. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.
All right. Now, I've talked about this before, right? I said it was going to happen, and many people did not understand probably what I was saying. So, let me put this out here for you. If this dog can smell a scent that you have been, that you OD or haven't OD, I just love that terminology right there. It's an overdose. It is literally a overdose. Every single person who's getting OD, these people later on OD from an overdose. They literally like kill over because of a drug overdose. Literally, that is what's going on right here in the world. There is a drug overdose. People are literally ODing on drugs all over the earth. They just walk in and just falling flat on their face. Boom, because they OD. They OD. It's the same thing like one who's shooting up some heroin. Come on, put that right there. Come on, get it in. And, you know, and then they do it a little too many times one night, and then they OD. Same as that thing. So we're gonna call this OD, right? So now we got OD established. If they can smell OD inside your system, or smell that you don't got OD in your system at all, then think about, now we're looking at pups, right? Let's take this out a little bit further, right? I'm trying to see what I told you before. Now imagine if you're around, you know, a bear, grizzly bear. If this dog can scent out that you done, you know, OD, what about this bear? What if this bear can smell the scent that you done OD'd as well? Is he gonna be that friendly, or is he gonna become hostile?
Bear.
So now you're gonna start to see the awakening of what? Of animals attacking those who are OD. So why is this? Because see, the fourth horseman of the apocalypse, they did the same thing. So it's only fair. It's only fair, man, that, see, wild beasts, the book of Revelations in the New Testament lists the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse on as conquests. Gee, what was conquest? How about the crusades, the Christian crusades? Christian crusades is conquest. Okay, I think so. Conquest would be those who are coming to settle in other people's lands. Colonizers would be of conquest. So this whole entire freaking Renaissance area is one of conquest, one of the 4th horsemen of the apocalypse, which also brought forth what? War. And ever since they've been in power, it's been famine and nonstop death, right? So in the book of Ezekiel, there are sword, famine, and wild beasts, and pestilence, plague, right? Now, look at that. Wild beasts, pestilence, or plague. Now we see when they come into power, these are the things that's going to be there. Famine, they can kill by famine, kill by wild beasts, pestilence, or even be allowed to bring forth plagues, which will come from the Father, right? It's all be scripted. But the fact we're going to look at is wild beasts. Wild beasts were allowed to kill slaves or to eat their bodies. They could eat them, tear them apart. If they can reach up and grab a leg, dang on it, that was for dinner. That's the other white meat, you know what I'm saying? So they're literally able to eat this person. Now it's only fair if Pooh Bear is able to eat you too, because he smells some honey on the inside of you. Huh? I mean, it's only fair. It's only fair if Winnie the Pooh find his honey inside of you. Or what about walking past, you know, you just going to a zoo somewhere, whatnot, and a lion, oh my goodness, he trying to get at you. And you're like, why is this lion freaking out? Because they have something in common. They have a lot in common. The bear has something in common. The lion has something in common. And you can see here that the lion can sniff your body too. So if these dogs can smell you, then that means other animals can smell you. What if you have birds that can smell you? What about ants that can smell you? Roaches that can smell you? All these different things that can smell you. It says the earth helps the woman. So don't be surprised if you start seeing people getting attacked by wild animals. And they be like, I just don't know why. He just started going ballistically crazy. He just started, you know, he just mauled me a couple of times. Like he marred my face, like he just scratched my whole face up. He scratched my leg. He took a piece of chunk of meat out of me. He was trying to bite me. He was trying to kill me. Then from the mouth of the serpent spewed water like a river to overtake them. Those are orders. And sweep her away in the torrent. And his orders is coming from what? Soldiers. But the earth helped the woman and opened his mouth to swallow up the river that had poured from the dragon's mouth. Order, right? Soldiers. Now, the earth will also help the woman. Why? Because these animals come from the earth. So they'll be helping you too. Attacking people here and there. I'm just telling you, don't be surprised if you hear about a grizzly bear or someone going out to go hunt and the father allow a deer to butt one of them or, you know, get very vicious, you know, because the animals will get vicious to this. These dogs have been trained to smell. Watch this. Why is there something on the inside of you that they can smell? Why does it have an odor? Do you know some people can't wash their ass? I want to be real. I'll have to look at y'all now because I know y'all probably smell like they ain't got no sense. That's true. Some people, for them to jump in the shower and wash, one lady said it burns. Coming near you, stinky people all over the world. Can you imagine going to work and you like, and this person ain't gonna tell you that they was not able to shower because they don't get this OD. And you up right next to them, be like, yeah, I can help you with. Can I have a break? You just had a break. Can I get another break, please? Something just hit my nostrils. They said the word, I'm gonna show you this in the scripture. It says the ones who receive this mark or receive the OD gonna stink. Do you understand when you receive this OD, everything that is natural begins to fight against you? It's like, since you don't want anything that's natural, we're gonna take away what's natural. So your air that's natural, go get some of that, chemical air. Put it on your face. And you're going to be on that for a certain time. Because afterwards, you use up all of our air. We got to pull the plug on your artificial ass. You artificially are not, you are officially no longer official, but now artificial. You don't want to become that. Because the whole earth is fighting against artificial people. Once you get the OD or OD, we be waiting for you to OD. It's going to happen. Why? Because you have broken what was not normal, right? And that's what's happening right now. So you're going to have people trying to get at you. Can you imagine you was walking down the street and all of a sudden a lion just show up in the middle and they come after you? What you gonna do? They can smell you. They're coming because of you. I smelled you down the block. That's a special smell. It said, come and eat. I want y'all to realize that. This is what we coming through. People ain't gonna be able to wash their body because natural water will have a chemical reaction to what they have OD'd on. You don't believe me? Yeah, send me that story. We're gonna break this out right now. Just bring it out. We're gonna just go ahead and just parlay right now. We're going to go ahead and let you see what's going on. The scriptures done said this. I'm gonna show you how real Revelation is. It says the time is gonna come when those who be praising mark of the beast, and how he literally gonna call for boils to appear on their bodies, and how they're gonna have a bad stench. They can't wash their behind. And that stuff that's on inside of them, if the dog is smelly, it must be something that could be flushed away. They have been injected with every single plague you think of in this book, probably including HIV or AIDS. You saying? He said, those who receive the mark, he said they're gonna receive of the plagues that's in this book. Go look at all the plagues that's in the book from Deuteronomy and Revelation alone. Go look. You have scabs, you have sexually transmitted diseases. Some people say they got herpes from getting the OD. Never had it in their life, but all of a sudden, as soon as they got this OD, they now got herpes. If they're trying to kill you fast, would they now also put a nice little strand of HIV or AIDS in it? I'm just saying. We're trying to kill you. We don't want you to live. So we put everything in this OD serum. Hot toddy. Nighty-nighty. Night-night. Think about the girl who was in jail. She was in it for like a month. Look what happened to her. She said she started to pick up her clothes, but she got hot. Now everyone sees the bad thing, like, oh man, it's so sad. It is in a sense. How old did she die? Was she 60? Was she anything like that? How was this girl at home? Did she respect her mom? Did she respect her parents? Respect her father? Did she? The Bible said you will be cut down early on if you are disrespectful to your mom and dad. You think that's a joke? Think you grown if you want to. I'm grown. Talk to your mama crazy if you want to. Talk to your daddy crazy if you want to. See how grown your behind will be thrown into a casket. We'll be saying, it's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. And I'll take with me the memory to be my sunshine after the rain. That'll be your life right there. You will literally sing a beautiful song, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. You should have been respectful to your parents. Father is allowing people to die horrible deaths, and he's placing it on a front cover news. Just it. And then our community is like, oh my goodness, did you see what they did to us? Was she obedient? Look how she died. Hey, look, watch this. I'm gonna show you what I'm saying. It's true. When she needed help, they mocked her. They did not give her help. They mocked her. It was like, she's playing. You want to show what that is? That was wisdom. Let me show you. You think I'm playing? I'm playing. Let's go get this. I think that's what, Psalms 1 or Proverbs 1. I will laugh. Let me see, mock. Let's put that in there. I will mock. People don't know that wisdom will mock you. I will mock you when your trouble comes. That's wisdom. Everyone think, look, I told you, there it is. I will, there it is. Here we go. He's out. Wisdom is up here giving the business. Wisdom is giving out the business. You think wisdom will always be there? Wisdom, like, I will laugh at you. You don't listen to me? Fine, when your thing come, guess what? See, wisdom calls aloud. Let's see this. Because you neglected all my counsel. Let's go ahead and get that real quick. I'm gonna show you. You start to put these stories together, you'll start to see that wisdom is attached to all of them. Here it is. Wisdom calls aloud. Wisdom calls out in the street. She lifts her voice in the square. Now, the Holy Spirit, it says he. So wisdom and the Holy Spirit are not the same. Right? All right. Stop mixing that thing up. People's like, the Holy Spirit is wisdom. Shut up. Stop trying to teach. All right. Wisdom calls out in the street. She lifts her voice in the square. In the main concourse, she cries aloud. At the city gate, she makes her speech. How long, oh simple ones, will you love your simple ways? Not the gospel, because the gospel is simple. He's talking about your simple, meaning your ways is totally outside of what the Father thinks. How long, watch this, will scoffers delight in their scorn? You're delighting in your foolishness. Who did he think he is? I already told you who I am. I don't think I am. I know I am. I got the proof to prove it. You continue to keep scoffing and think you have delight while you're doing it, and wisdom will show you the ropes. And fools hate knowledge. So watch this. So how in the world are people getting knowledge when it says fools hate knowledge? I'll wait. Ooh, that's good. If you think that Friday sundown and Saturday sundown is literally true knowledge, that's what you hate true knowledge. Because true knowledge will tell you that's not true. So what kind of knowledge do you have then? It says fools hate knowledge. You don't have the knowledge of the Father, you have the knowledge of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. But you don't have the knowledge of the Father. Because the beginning of the knowledge is the fear of Yah, right? So it's trying to tell you what it says. These people do not fear the Father, right? Watch this. If you had repented at my rebuke, meaning what? Turn, was corrected at my rebuke, then surely I would have poured out my spirit on you. That's wisdom, not the Holy Spirit. Don't get them things twisted. I would have made my words known to you. Because you refused, watch this, my call. Oh, man, wait a minute, hold up. Someone got a video called The Call 1, Call 2, Call 3, Call 4. I think wisdom is a line inside of the call. Then we're working on the call part 5, and we want to have it's going to be totally different. Yeah. We're looking to plan some stuff for the call part 5. It's gonna be powerful. People are gonna cry, shed some tears. Call part 5 because it's some of that. Because you refused my call, and no one took my outstretched hand. Oh, my milk of magnesium. Did it say outstretched hand? That hand is like up, right? It's like literally like, hey, won't you come? Hands raised up. It's like the sign of the son of, it's all there. I love it. But you neglected all my counsel and wanted none of my correction. Thank you all correcting me. I'm a wrong, stupid person. In turn, watch this. He does exactly, she's gonna do exactly what I do to some people who don't listen on my lives. I'll come back and do what? I will make fun of you. I will mock your so-called ignorance. I will mock your ignorance. I will mock your so-called intelligence. I will mock your answers. Completely make you look horrible. I will tear you down straight here. I have no problems doing it. In turn, I will mock your calamity. What we do at TV Joshua's death? Did we cry at his funeral, or did we celebrate? Did we celebrate that he was dead? Not that he went on to another place, but we celebrated that he was no longer on this earth. That was wisdom. Wisdom. Celebrating TB Joshua's death. I was glad that boy died. We need a lot more people to die like that too. And I'm gonna celebrate their deaths too. We doing things different over here. I can care less. People love it, hate it, think it's selfish, think it's whatever. I could care less. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one who will be judging you, not you, me. So let's keep it rolling. I will sneer when terror strikes you. Dang, look at this. All this bad stuff happening to you. He's sneering, laughing at you. When your dread comes like a storm and your destruction like a whirlwind. Didn't it just had that a couple weeks ago? When distress and anguish overwhelm you, what? You can't think. You're so mad. You're so pissed off. You can't think. Wisdom is laughing at you. That moment. You pissed off. You angry. You want to fight. You want to do it. Wisdom is laughing at you. Watch this. Then they will call on me, but I will not answer you. I'm gonna be far away. Dialing wisdom. Call wisdom. Wisdom can't answer the phone right now. But if you leave a message, I will get back to you at my earliest convenience. Leave a message at the tone. Wisdom, I really need you. You got a gun and say, you got to shoot me. Oh my goodness, Wisdom. Oh, I'm getting shot. Oh, for good measure. They had to do him like that. They had to do him like that. They killed my baby. 15-year-old Gerard was walking around late at night at 4 o'clock in the morning, out with his friends, when he encountered police officers. They asked him where he was going. He got a little smart. They put out the guns and they shot him. Not anymore can be actually spread about what happened to Jerron, but the family is furious. And they want to get answers on what happened. You sent it to me already? All right. So now, people are upset that Jerron got shot, but no one is thinking, why is Jerron, who was 15 years old, out at 4 o'clock in the morning? Do you see how the injustice is? Do you know that none of these things, and I mean none of them, we crying over spoiled milk, milk that never had to be spoiled, never had to be spilled at all. We're crying over spilled milk that never had to be spilled. We just keep doing the same old cycles and expecting a change. Number one, get a handle on your kids. If you don't, the father's going to get a handle on them. When he get a handle on them, he's going to kill them. And he deserves the right. And I'm saying that any child that's disobedient deserves to die. Point blank simple. And I don't care. I really don't have no feelings towards it. If you are disobedient, your ass deserves to die. If you can't listen to what your mom and dad tell you to do, die. I have no remorse for shedding a tear for a child who was disobedient to their parents. Well, next. I know people like this, but that's my baby. I don't care. That's your problem. You put your baby over what the word say. That's what's the problem with a lot of y'all. Y'all put y'all babies over what the word say. So this right here is what the word is saying. And they were calling me, but I would not answer. They were earnestly seeking me, but they will not find me. For they hated knowledge and chose not to fear Yah. They accepted none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. So they will eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own device. You know what that means? You will be filled with your own words. There is scripture that literally says that the words from your mouth is your food. So if you always talking about you depressed, you unhappy, you all this, guess what? You continue to be that way because you are feeling your, let me show you that real quick. You will eat your own words. It literally says a man will be satisfied from his belly. A man will be satisfied from the fruit of his own lips. Bam, right there. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. I don't care how you could have got the biggest paycheck of your life. But if your mouth is always talking about you depressed, you unhappy, you this, guess what? That paycheck ain't gonna do nothing. Because you fill yourself up, you gonna eat from your own words. You're gonna eat from what's gonna come up out of you. Out of the abundance of the heart, your mouth is gonna speak. And that's what's gonna fill you up or deplete you. A man's belly shall be satisfied. That means whether it's good or bad. Whatever is coming out of your mouth is going to feed your soul. You got a lot of junk food coming out your mouth. Guess what your soul gonna be like? Junk food. It needs to be detoxed. People want to talk about toxic. Your mouth is toxic. And therefore you are toxic because of what's coming out your mouth. That's what a lot of people. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth and with the increase of his lips. This is what the word says. Give a damn how you feel. Care less how a person thinks. The word says what it says. That's a problem. People always want to put what they feel, what they think above what this word says. If you literally would clearly just fix what this word says, guess what? Everything else inside you will just change. Prayer don't change the person. Prayer changes, it doesn't change the other person. Prayer changes you for that situation. Father does not go against a person's will in that sense. Like, oh, my prayer that Father, you change. No, Father literally uses prayer to bring forth a situation that will cause that person to change. Prayer changes a situation, and that situation causes a person to change. But prayer also changes you first in that situation. To pray better about that situation, to bring about a change in the other person. That's what prayer does. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. Death and life are in the power of your tongue. And they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. That's whether good or bad. This woman over here look like Grace Jones up in here. Thank you for sending stars. It helped us feed the needy. Oh, hell to the no. They doing that little gimmick thing that they do every single year. Prophetic deliverance and healing. Woman on a high hill. Yeah, they could throw her off the high hill. One of them. All right, so. Overboard. Something out of which to live. All right, now. Trying to help you. Look at this. Look, it's many of them. So you got Proverbs 18, 20, Proverbs 13 and 2. From the fruit of his lips, a man enjoys. Watch this. A man shall eat. That is a commandment. We're talking about the commandments of the Father. But this is a commandment of the universe. It's a commandment of the whole entire world. Everyone knows this. A man shall eat good by the fruit of his mouth, but the soul of the treacherous shall eat violence. A lot of these people dying horrible deaths. Dying horrible deaths. Duran died a horrible death. Can you imagine what probably his last words was? I'm grown. I don't need you. Da, da, da. Do you think the Father loves that? Put yourself in the shoes. And I think most of these people know this, but they got to save face for the whole entire world. Number one, why is your kid being shot in this manner like this? What was your child? You know your child was bad as hell at home. You know it. You know why your child probably got all those 15 bullets into their body. If your child receives 15 bullets in their body, guess what that is? Punishment from the Father. Father done turned his head and literally let this child be destroyed. Do you think the Father's going to have mercy on the child if they was all here and the Father was amongst us right here and he sees the child be disobedient, that he's not going to do nothing? How can we be so slow? We want to talk about the 10 Commandments, honor your mother and your father, but then literally allow the children to be disrespectful, put them in a timeout chair, and all this other thing when the Bible says to whoop they tail. He said, if you don't put your watch that, he said, another messenger will be sent to your child, and they will not be friendly. They will be forced. Now, the parents and all them, they deserve to be paid, all that other good stuff for what took place. Meaning, if it's righteous blood is shed, yes, all day long, they have the right to pay for that. But if it's not righteous blood, the Father's not going to offer that. I'm sorry. He's just not going to do it. I'm sorry. He's just not. Even the Father got on me one time. Let me look at you. This was one of the time I remember I seen something that pissed me off. I was so heated. I was up here watching. This kid was walking. It was late at night. I mean, the kid was walking like it was like at least 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, whatnot. He's walking, just walking, and it was like a whole row of cops. They said something. He said something back. They said something. He said something back. All you know, you see people open up their guns and start just shoot. Like point blank. I mean, you see it in the film. Like they shoot him dead. I'm like, this is wrong. I was mad. I thought I had righteous indignation, anger. You know, we always say it was a righteous indignation. We have a right to be angry. You know, the angry is sin not. You know, righteous. And the father got on me and was like, "Why you angry?" I'm like, "What? What you mean? Did you not just see what I just get through seeing?" Yeah, I saw it. He said, number one, he said, did you? He said, how late was it at night? I was like, it's not a conversation I'm ready to have yet. Said, this is the conversation we're not ready to have yet. I'm just being real. This is the real conversation. If your kids are being slaughtered in the street, that means you have no handle on your kids. It shows the same thing where the father says, since you have forgotten my law, I will also forget your. I don't want to deal with that. I want to deal with you holy, you righteous, do everything that's right, and all that kind of stuff like that. But you don't think about all these things that's happened bad to your reflection on you in your parenting, having a slack hand, not being hard enough because they're already in a bad situation. Fuck that. You need to be hard, or your kids will end up going missing, just like the word said. I mean that with everything within me. The word says to spare the rod, you spoil your child. Spoil the child. Who gonna drink spoiled milk? You gonna spoil milk? Jazz, you want spoiled milk? You sure you don't want? Man, it's the best thing ever, man. You don't want nothing, you sure? They got a lot of it outside. You don't want. So who wants to spoil a child then? Who? You want to spoil me? Who wants to sit on the toilet for all night, 24 hours? Get that bug out your system. You want to sit on the toilet all night? Yes. You want no bug? But these are things that we say over our kids. Man, my child is spoiled. Is that really something you really want to say of your kids? Keep saying of your kids. You have the power to turn life and death over your child. Like, my child is spoiled. Your father's like, write that down. They're their own witness of their own child. So then when something happens to your spoiled child, you ain't got nothing to say. Because you yourself has spoke your child is spoiled. And you constantly keep saying, well, they just spoiled my child. Oh, he just spoils me. I got a man that's spoiled. We don't want no spoiled milk. No spoiled me. Who wants a spoiled woman? Or spoiled women? Who? I'm asking questions. Or a spoiled man. Oh, my man is so spoiled. Stop saying that. Oh, my girl's so spoiled. Stop saying that. Oh, my children's so spoiled. Stop saying that. Because when you start to see the results of them being spoiled, you ain't gonna like it. But you keep saying out your mouth, they're spoiled. I'm not ever saying that over my kids. Or my kids are spoiled. People have never heard me, man, my kids are spoiled. No, they're not. No, they're not. My kids are balanced. Our children are healthy. My children think about the Father 24/7. My children are in love with the Father. They love the Father more than they love their own lives. They love the Father more than they love YouTube. They love the Father more than they love anything in this world that they can give them. That's what I was brought up in. That's what kind of pastor I had, who taught me to love him more than I love me. That I'm willing to sacrifice me for him. I ain't seen that once amongst our people. I see a lot of this, but they ain't got no heart. When it comes down to the hard decisions, everyone just buckles under pressure. Well, I had to because you're a weak Christian. I used to see Christian. I saw them as weak. I had no desire to be like no, because it was weak to me. No one had no resolve. That's why we came up with Resolute, to show what? That was something was. Can we stick through to something? No matter what the problem is, can we stick through it? Can we see it through? Or do we give up that easy? The Bible says that literally when trouble comes in a time and you fail, it means you say you have weak strength. Let me show you that real quick. When adversity comes and you can't stand, it calls you weak. The Bible calls you weak. When adversity comes, it says your strength is small. It says if you faint, in the day of adversity, there it is right there, see? Ain't making this stuff up. This stuff is right here. Right here. It's the word right here. All right, so we got do not envy. A foolish scheme is sin, and a mockery is detestable to men. If you faint in the day of distress, how small is your strength? If you fail under pressure, your strength is too small. If you falter in a time of trouble, how small is your strength? If you faint in the day of distress, how small is your strength? It's the same thing was it saying. Where is your faith? When the Son of Man comes, when we find faith, we're going to find a lot of people whose strength is too small. You know why? Because they faltered over that in their day of adversity. Well, you just don't understand. No, you don't understand what this word said. I dare you to do what this word said. I double dare you. I triple, quadruple dare you just to literally just follow what the word said in one thing. Then the next day, find something else to do in the word. Then the next day, find something else to do in the word. Then the next day. And guess what it was supposed to make you do? It makes you become look at this. It makes you become a true witness of this word. But just to say this word, but not to put into practice, means you're just a hearer only, not a doer. So how can you ever be trusted with anything else when the most important thing you're being trusted with, you are spitting on? If you think the word is mixed up because a white man wrote it or something like that, guess what? The Father ain't going to trust you anything that's important. You can call him Tata Nazambi, you can call him Kumbaya, you can call him Abracadabra, you can call him whatever name you want to. The only thing that he will entrust you with the word will be like this. He will never entrust you with anything great. Because number one, you think the word was made by someone else. Instead of you actually proving them a lie by testing it out. People just go over, well, the white man wrote it, so what? Have you tried it? Have you literally went through the word to find something specific to do? I'm asking questions. Oh, the word says this, in the midst of the situation, when this is happening, in a time when this one said to speak less, don't say nothing. When that situation happened, what happened? Well, I'm putting something in practice right now. While I'm doing what the word says. It says a soft answer turns away wrath. Put it to practice. Let something get super high, like, and then just speak soft. Put it to the work. And then you hear like, he had no comeback. That soft answer turned away his wrath. You can be able to jot it down in your diary. Man, that word right there worked. And then go back and find something else. This is what I was doing. Literally. In the church, I will find things in the word to implement. Father, your word said this. Let me put it to this. Today, I'm going to do this. When certain things happen, I did it. What did it make me? A witness. That this is true. People up here reading this word, but they're not a witness to it. You're just a reader. We can find anyone to narrate. Look, they got James Earl Jones who wrote narrate. Did he play any part in the Bible? He just narrated. Look, Kanye West, he came out with his own book, on Jesus. I mean, this boy went through and changed every instance of where it says, and Yah said, it says, and Kanye West said, and Jesus said. Y'all think I'm playing? He got his own Bible. And every instance where it said the Father created, he changed it and put pretty much his name. The name that he used to have was Kanye West, but now he got Jesus. So he put that name there. It's off the Yeezy. Like, if you read that book, you're going to hell for Sheezy. Believe me. That better leave these celebrities alone. Y'all better stop. Y'all better stop messing with them. Affliction will drive the evil in the day of distress. If thou lose hope, being weary in the day of distress, your strength shall be diminished, taken away. Well, I can't go through no more. I can't do it no more. All right. You done said that your mouth. You done prepared your whole body that you can't do it no more. All right. Guess you're going to give up now? All right. He won't understand. No, he won't. He won't understand. See you straight to the flames. I understand that you gave up. Okay. Well, we don't have cowards here. Go to hell. Yes, go to hell. Go that hell right there. See it right there? Just go ahead and go there. Just jump on in. Don't worry about it. The lava will catch you on the way down. Don't worry about it. Just. So look at this. Then they call on me, but I will not answer. They will earnestly seek me, but will not find me. For they hated knowledge and chose not the fear of God. They accepted none of my counsel. Do you know this applies to your kids too? Ooh, ouch. This is not just for the little kids. This is more how you raise your children too. So then when your day of calamity comes, somebody please help them. No one can help them. For they hated knowledge and chose not to fear the Father. They accepted none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. So watch this. So they will eat fruit. They will eat the fruit of their own way. That's the same thing as what? Do you, man? You don't want to hear them words. You don't even want to do that. You don't want to do you. Just do you. No, them the words. That's the number one people be saying in 2021, 2022. People have been saying that for a while now. Just do you. That's the recipe for hell. So they will eat the fruit of their own way and be filled, watch this, with their own devices. And that's what that is. So the next post that I see that says, do you? I'm going to post this up under it. I don't care who it is. It could be the bishop. I'm going to put on there like so they will eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. That's doing you. Do you and I'm going to do me. No, I don't want to do me. I'm good. Because I know that doing you literally will lead to these things right here. You're going to be filled with your own way. Watch this. Your mindset going to be filled also with your own ways too. You're going to be thinking about the Bible when you post, when you think about stuff. You ain't going to be doing it. I'm sorry. The word says it right here. If you are doing you, your mind is not thinking about the Bible. You can't do both. You can't love Yah and love money at the same time. You either love one and hate the other. And meaning you're trying to fight to keep a job that they're gonna kick you to the curb anyway. For the waywardness of the simple will slay them, and the complacency of fools will destroy them. But whoever listens to me will dwell in safety, secure from the fear of evil. How we doing so far? Oh my goodness. This is nasty right here. On so many levels. It's nasty. This is nasty. Oh my Uncle Mac. Oh. Right here, boy. Look at that. See that? That's just nasty. That's a whole bunch of diseases in one OD, right? This person's OD. Look at that. Look, a whole number, and it's like 5. They like a 5 right there. They look like a 3. They look another 3. They look actually like a 6, like a 5, 3, 6. They look a 3. They look a 7. I don't even know what that is right there. And they wrote numbers inside of his body, like, we can just write numbers inside you. We can call numbers. Look at this. The mark right there. Look at that right there. Who wants to see them? You got to talk to that person in the dark. You know what I'm saying? You be careful when people try to get you in the dark. Just see what you might be looking at. You better start rubbing on an arm or something like that. Feel like what is that right there? Why you feel like a snake? Dang. You see that right there? Look like something bit him. That's like Ecclesiasticus. And this is a police officer. Look, that E right there stands for police. That's a C right there. You can see the little thing right here. You can see the badge, all that. This is a police officer. This is literally, he is wearing a bulletproof vest. This is a police officer who has literally taken the mark. OD. Oh. He cut off his legs. Cut them off. Don't that leg look like, watch that? That leg right there look like some of the meat they be serving in the stove. They like hamburger meat. If you cut it up real good. It do. It like, y'all know that look like hamburger meat. Stop playing. I know y'all gonna eat hamburger meat after this, but that look like straight up hamburger meat. Anybody want a hamburger? Anybody? Anybody want a ham? Look right here, this part right here. Just cut this part off right here. This part here, put it in a roll right here and just put it inside your spaghetti right there. You just need some Prego sauce. You won't be able to tell the difference. That's hamburger meat right there. This is 2 rolls of hamburger meat right there. That's a bargain right there. But at the bottom is like crusty toes. Look, he is peeling. He is peeling, man. Whoever did this to his leg right here, man, his legs look like it's plastic now. Don't just look, he got no muscles in his legs no more. I be seeing white people down here who be sitting in the sun and they look like this. You know how you cook an Oscar Mayer wiener for like so long, or a hot dog for so long, to where it begins to swell? That's how they look, like a swelted hot dog. Been overcooked. And they just be still sitting in the sun. And I'd be like, you know, you don't, and I mean, they literally look like wieners, like white. They like, you know how you go to the, you go to this, they be looking like this, you be like, it's anybody time for you to get in? They be looking like this, literally. A hot dog that has been overcooked. You be like, why are you here? Why are you here? Like, you know you're gonna pay for this tonight. Go in, right? They be trying, this is what they be looking like, just like this. They be looking swelted. I mean, it's horrible. When you see it, you're gonna laugh. You're like, oh, they look just like this man's legs. That's how they be looking. They have been sitting in the sun for a long time. They're like a swelted hot dog, just like this. I'm serious. The white people look like this when they're in the sun for so long out here in and you'll see it, you'll be like, dang. Look at this. This is just nasty on so many levels. It's like cauliflower in the skin. Man experiences swollen legs, severe skin peeling after taking OD, after ODing. Now watch this. This one right here. This lady, she can't wash her tail no more. She'll be called Stankalicious. After COVID-19 vaccine, her skin bubbled and burned. One woman's mysterious reaction. We're gonna find out what this mysterious reaction is. I know what they was probably trying to give her for Christmas. So was. You know, I used to give people like a rag and soap. Yep, they trying to give her. He couldn't do it. Now watch this. Now, even though if it's starting with us, you know, with us Igbo people, the Nigerians, then you know it's gonna go to the rest of the world, right? Lying under the covers, Kimberly Parker, Miss Parker, could feel bumps rising on her arm. That just sounds nasty. So many. She didn't bother to flip on the lights to inspect them. Her body was an achy wreck. Parker had slammed into a wall of exhaustion and crashed, landed in her bed. It was not surprising. She had heard plenty of other people complain about feeling tired after getting their OD, after ODing, and this was her second OD. She went to bed early, March 30th, hoping she could shrug off the fatigue by morning. The next day, She felt pins and needles pricking under her skin and a swollen feeling in her arm. Strangely though, not in the arm infested with the OD. Standing in front of the mirror, she could finally see the rash. It looked like miniature cobblestone paved down her arm. Nasty. As it progressed, it crept north, expanding to her chest. Ooh, bird flu chest. There was more on a leg. The side of her face, oh man, two-face, and smothered across her abdomen. The pelt of a shower helped her discover, what's this? The pelt of a shower helped her discover the pimple-like clusters that had reached her back. Now, just learning earlier about our words, that we will eat the fruit of our own words, that whatever we see out of our mouth, that we will be eating it. Can you imagine what she probably said in her life to actually get this now? Can you imagine what you probably said and get some things you get now? Sickness, oh, I feel sick. Or this, all these different things, you know. Watch this. All right, so I'm literally staring at it so often. I can see it spreading, she said a week later. Parker, a 31-year-old Chesapeake resident who works at a commercial real estate company, wow, is one of the rare people to experience a skin reaction spanning her body after receiving OD. Her rash, a measles-like explosion, meaning what? They gave her measles. They just gave her outright measles. Caused her severe burning for nearly 3 weeks, but is otherwise considered, watch this, harmless? Okay. About a month since the OD. The pain has dissipated, but her experience has left her frustrated with the healthcare system that allowed her to go weeks without answers. The pandemic, through its isolation, had caused her enough stress. Given the millions of people receiving the OD, she would have hoped for more attentiveness from medical professionals when something went awry. In the first 2 weeks, she visited 2 walk-in clinics, called the local health department, and other, you see that office right here, and saw her primary care physician, but only after many days of waiting for an appointment. Along the way, a nurse had dissuaded her over the phone from making an appointment with a dermatologist. Had it not been for that advice, Parker believed she might have received the right care sooner. No, dog. And I know we saw this before a little bit, but we want to bring this up again. She posted on Facebook, grasping for answers from the armchair experts. Unsure of where to turn next, she reached out to the newspaper for help. After connecting with a reporter at the Virginian Pilot, she was pointed to a dermatologist at Eastern Virginia Medical School. She also saw an allergy specialist the following week. Through contacts the pilot obtained from Chesapeake Health Department, they call it MA and OD. So those are nicknames for some of the vaccine skin reactions OD recipients have experienced after getting their ODs, right? Doctors are seeing bluish and purple skin on people's feet. They're still saying it's harmless, right? A reaction some have also had from the OD itself. Experts don't know the cause of the frostbitten look, but the thinking is blood vessels are contracting from inflammation, causing a sluggishness of the blood in the toes, meaning what? Your body is slowly shutting down. Though uncomfortable, the swelling subsides and color eventually returns. MA, or OD, OD arm is an itchy, raised red rash circling the injection site or the OD site. Dr. Richard Howe Flowers, assistant professor of dermatology at the University of Virginia, said the arm rashes are the most commonly reported skin reaction. fade away after a few days, though it's not quite clear what's triggering it. We know what you just in the OD. It's simple. Without that, so those in electronics, we literally ask you, what's the last thing you have, put on your computer? What's the last thing you did with your computer? All right, now go ahead and take that off. Right. Same thing, but you can't, un-OD after you have OD. In the past, people with egg allergies have struggled with OD because they were developed in eggs. Y'all hear that? The OD is developed with eggs. You have, now eggs tend to go bad sometimes, right? You keep the eggs in your house, you throw them out. So you got OD, you got eggs inside the OD. Can you imagine, like, man, you cooking today? Is that scrambled eggs? Is that cheese? Yeah, what is it? What's coming at your porch, man? Did we go to Waffle House or did we go to work? Crazy right here, though. For real? Who doing? We cooking eggs today? Dude, you take a shower or something? You shower from eggs? If you follow them, a whole crate of eggs? But some patients also are having delayed skin issues after receiving one of the new messenger OD. We got these other, OD names, which were not made in eggs. An immune system recognizes something as foreign and reacts to it. Let's go ahead and read that again because people need to hear that word again. An immune system recognizes something as foreign and reacts to it. Means you don't belong here. What you doing here? Flowers said it could be a reaction to the OD components. What's in the OD? Because it's supposed to start to recognize this OD, or it could be the polyethylene glycol. Sometimes they kind of keeps the OD soluble, and it's a common allergen. When Parker posted on social media her selfie pictures, friends suggested MA. She Googled it herself. Was that it? Hers was no itchy splotch. More to the point, it wasn't on her injected arm. I see OD, she told him, but that's not my rash. You missed that right there. That's not my car. Look at this right here. It looked like fungi, like fungus of the skin that would never rub off, right? Researchers recently looked at 414 skin reactions, causes following. Watch that. Cases following the OD. 400, and researchers recently looked at 414 skin reactions, cases following. So after they get this OD, they get this type of skin, like an alligator or a snake, or anything you put up under your foot. That's what they look like. Between December and February, and found that 83%, that's almost close to 100%, found that 83% came from the OD, according to a paper published in the Journal of American Academy of Dermatology. The study ended before Johnson & Johnson's, OD entered the fray, so it's not included in the findings. It was so Johnson & Johnson is not there yet. Doesn't mean that it doesn't cause anything. It just there, when the class pictures were being taken. Other skin conditions include hives. Can you imagine that? Who wants that? So you got hives in this OD, measles in this OD, like flare-ups, full body rashes and swelling linked to a cosmetic fillers used to plump wrinkles. Anecdotally, patients are reporting cases of shingles too, reactivations of a dormant chicken pox OD. So people are getting chicken pox, right? All these things are in there. Everything I just named is inside of the stuff, right? Which can cause painful skin blisters. But scientists have yet to establish a connection between the OD and that infection. I mean, what? They're not gonna come out and say that it caused it. They just came in and told you that it caused it. They're not trying to say like, oh, but this caused it, right? Do you realize what kind of lawsuit they would have if they came out and said that? So they're not trying to incriminate themselves in any kind of way. So based on the study, but they're going to tell you what it does, might cause them and say, well, we haven't found any connection to it. They'll tell you that it caused it, but hey, but we ain't found no connection. They just told you that it caused it. So they just found the connection to it, but now they got to admit saying, all right, we told you it caused this. It came out plainly and said, this causes this. Oh, but we haven't found any connection showing that it does. Stupid, you have found a connection. You have people up in here saying that they have this, and then you found it to be that in their skin, that in their blood. Therefore, you have already found the connection, but now you got to now go back and recant what you just said, right? Based on the study, Parker's condition, which most resembles a so-called morbilliform eruption, is even more unusual among the rash reactions. The term essentially means measles-like, though it isn't measles. Only 27 cases were documented in the study, with just 10 instances occurring after the second OD. Y'all gonna have it tomorrow? Let me know. Huh? Yeah. All right, so the term essentially means measles-like, though it isn't measles. Only 27 cases were documented in the study, with just 10 instances occurring after the second dose. When Parker learned, I'm not interested. When Parker learned that her own doctor couldn't see her for over a week, she made a trip to a walk-in clinic. The healthcare provider who saw her wasn't sure what it was, but suggested she was examined by a dermatologist. The clinic also offered her an internal steroid, an option she refused because she feared it would wipe out the efficiency of her OD. Are you serious? Do you see this? This is crazy. She spoke to someone at her primary care doctor's office again, but still couldn't get a timely appointment. When she mentioned the clinic wanted her to see a dermatologist, Parker said her doctor's nurse told her by phone that wasn't necessary. She resolved to try to tough it out, but the burning only increased. For the first few days, all she could do was take over-the-counter pain relievers, sleep, apply some calamine lotion, repeat. But even that seemingly mild cream used on baby bottoms the world over felt like gas on the fire. She wore loose shirts, sweaters, and pajamas. Water burns. Look at that. It just said right there. Water burns. Wait a minute, hold on. What you mean water burns? You mean you can't wash your... You took a bath today? Did you wash your tail today? You mean I'm standing next to Miss Stinker-a-Loafers? You can't wash your tail today. That is horrible. You're not able to wash yourself. She said water burns. A lot of people don't want to go to hell, so why don't they want to have to burn themselves? Water burns. Now I have to use gloves to wash dishes. Water is natural. She cannot even use water. So wait a minute, so what you using then? Baby wipes? You doing a baby wipe bath or something? Because water burns. So what are you doing to clean yourself? They don't want to talk about this. See? Water burns. Now they use gloves to wash dishes, Parker said. Any speck of moisture that hits my arm or my chest. It feels like I have acid. It feels like I have acid on my skin. Ooh, wait. What did they give y'all in this OD? Water is hurting. It says that these people, and I'm gonna get the scripture. It says that they ain't gonna be able to, they're gonna stay. It just come out directly out and says they are going to have a stench to them. Even a wisp of air across her arm stung. Anything that is natural or is from the earth is going to hurt her. After her friend suggested it could be shingles, she tried a telehealth visit. The video call concluded. She needed to be seen in person, so she went to a different clinic. That doctor who examined her on April 3rd didn't think it was shingles because of the pattern and how it dispersed on her body. Again, she was offered an internal steroid. Again, she refused. I'd rather be fully OD, she said. Are you serious? Look at this. She said, I'd rather go through this and be fully OD than to try to get this stuff out of my system and get better. That's what she's saying right now. Do you understand what's happening to her? Wisdom has left the building for her. So she's crying out for help, and there's no help for her. This is the ultimate call of wisdom. Wisdom has called out to her before she did this, and now she's in a situation where wisdom is no longer there. So now, watch this. Just like she's saying in her mouth, you're seeing that she is eating the fruit of her own way. So they will eat the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. Is this woman, no matter what they try to say to her, try to help her, she herself has said, I'd rather be fully OD. I'd rather be fully OD. She just came out and said it. I'd rather be fully OD, she said. She's refusing anything that might take it away. So therefore, her mouth has caused her to be full of her own devices. She's full of her own devices, right? Now, that right there is bad. And now we're going to come to the grand finale on this, right? And this is what I want to definitely bring out. This is going to be very, very interesting, but I'm going to say it here. And then we're going to let the chips fall where they may, right? That's what we're going to do. Do it. This one, right? This is what I want. You're going to want to hear this from right here. All right, you're going to want to share this video. About to bring some stuff out that's going to cause people to think. And then they will do other think tank videos, other teachings, other whatever is going to cause people to think, right? And it's all, everything always comes out mostly on, we always bring it up for the most part. Colleges always does that for us. And then when we bring it out, then other people begin to
快点火了，点火了，点火了！哇，火箭发射！停停！开录下停！哇，发射了！等等！哇！等等！火箭发射！哇，这声音真大！
我说能听到声音吗？
声音都能听到！哇，好震撼！火箭发射！火箭发射！太震撼了！
China's $1 trillion artificial sun, right? What is this? Let me show you what it is. Blank. I'm gonna show you exactly what this is. Blank. Okay. Watch this. We're gonna make it plain. We're about to draw out some things. Have you see it? You be like, oh my goodness. All right, here we go. Number one. Let's go to Isaiah 66 to establish some things. We're gonna need that video again, because we're going to use that video to show you what is taking place in front of the people, the whole entire world. And we're going to hear what the Father says. He is going to give a testimony about some things, right? There it is. Thus saith Yah, heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Boom. Now, notice something's taking place. He says, where is the house that you were built for me? And where's the place of my rest? So the Father's showing that he is looking for another place to have his home. Therefore, when he goes to have his home, something happened like this.
快点火了！点火了！点火了！哇，火箭发射！停停！开录下停！哇，发射了！等等！哇！等等！火箭发射！哇，这声音真大！
我说能听到声音吗？
声音都能听到！哇，好震撼！火箭发射！火箭发射！太震撼了！
Now watch this. Say it to you again. Thus saith Yah, heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Watch this. You have said, I will exalt myself higher than God's throne. That's time to get it now, huh? There it is, Isaiah 14. You said in your heart, I will ascend to the heavens. Are y'all starting to get it yet? I know people's mouths just dropped open like yes. It is prophecy taking place right in your face, and they don't even see it. Down from the king of Babylon. You said in your heart, I will ascend to the heavens. I will raise my throne above the stars of Yah. I will sit enthroned on the mount of assembly, on the utmost heights of Mount Zaphon. I will sit on the mount of assembly in the far reaches of the north. I will ascend above the tops of the clouds. I will make myself like the Most High. Now let's go back and look at that video again, and you can see what's really going on.
行了，火箭发射！哇，这声音真大！
我说能听到声音吗？
声音都能听到，哇，好震撼！火箭发射，我听好上，赶紧看了。行了，
听到声音吗？
震撼！火箭发射，我听好上，赶紧看了。
Look, is it not what it says? Is not this sun designed to do what? To be raised. I will raise my throne above the stars of Yah. I will sit on the mount of assembly in the far reaches of the north. I will ascend above the tops of the clouds. I will make myself like the Most High. That's what he said. You said in your heart, I will ascend to the heavens. Where's the heavens at? Thus saith Yah, heaven is my throne, and the earth is my footstool. I will ascend to the heavens, to where Father's throne is at. I will raise my throne above the stars of Yah. I will sit on the mount of the assembly in the far reaches of the north. That is what this is. Now, there's prophecy that goes with this. Because as he begins to do this, we're coming to the end. Now we need to see where the north is. And I guarantee you probably China is somewhere probably in the north. Right? Lucifer, watch what he's called. Son of the morning. What's being raised up? A son. What's that son represented above? Literally. Here it is, right here. How have you fallen from heaven, O star of the morning, son of the dawn? You have been cut down to the earth. You who watch this, weaken the nations. Are you starting to see this yet? This is where we at. Huh? What's good? Talk to. I know people like, dang, this is good. I'm so glad I missed this live right here. I'm so glad I missed this one. Look what it said right here. The Father's restoration of Israel. See what's there taking place right here. Watch this. Boom. At the same time while that's going on, look what's happening. The Father's restoring his people. For the Father will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose who? His people again. Evil again. This is what's taking place. And set them, watch this, in their own land. Where am I speaking to you from right now? I was in America. Now I'm in the land. And the strangers shall be joined with them. And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Ebo shall possess them in the land of the Father for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives. And they shall take them captives. Whose captives they were? Meaning what? The ones who oppressed you and took you as slaves. Now you take them as slaves. And they shall rule over their oppressors. This is what's happening. Let's go. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Father shall give thee rest. Watch this. From your sorrow and from your fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased. The golden city ceased. The Father has broken the staff of the wicked, meaning he's breaking their rule. And the scepter of the rulers. Is that not what's happening right now? He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller has come up against us. Hell from beneath, lava from beneath is moved for thee to meet you at your coming. It stirred up the dead for you, even all the chief ones of the earth. It hath raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto you, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy bowels, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? But thou hast said in your heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of Yah. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this a man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? Is this not the Chinese man right now who told America if they interfere with his business, he will cut their heads off? The one who is making this artificial sun is the same one whom Satan is using mightily, because he's given him place. Why? To set him high above the heavens. Now, I'm gonna read the rest of this, and then we're gonna look at that video again and see if you see it now. That made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the nation, even all of them, lie in glory. Everyone is in his own house, but thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit as a carcass trodden underfoot. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Is not China at this time trying to buy up everything? They're trying to buy up what? Right now, they're trying to buy up Littlehorn. They're right now in Egypt, trying to buy up things. Do you know that China now owns the airport for, I think, for Uganda? They want to own all the major airports all around. So they say who can fly, who can't fly. This is what China want to do. China is fitting this verse of scripture, or this chapter right here, very, very goodly. Like it's speaking about. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Father of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant, and son and nephew, saith Yah. I will also make it a possession for the bittern and the pools of water. Pools of water, that means water is going over into Babylon. So water's going to empty out from where it's been at over our land and go over to their land. Why? Because that's where it belonged at the first place. and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Father of hosts. The Father's purpose against Assyria. The Father of hosts has sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass, and as I have purposed, so shall it stand, that I will break the Assyrian in my land, that I will break the Assyrian in my land, that I will break the Assyrian in my land, and upon my mountains tread him underfoot. Then shall his yoke, his bondage depart off of them, and his burden depart from off their shoulders. This is the purpose that is purposed upon the whole earth. And this is the hand, and this is the hand that is stretched out upon all the nations. He said, Assyria, which is Esau, is running everything. He just said it. I wouldn't be surprised if Assyria and China come together. And this is the hand that is outstretched upon all the nations. The Father of hosts have purpose, and who shall disannul it? And his hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back? Philistia will be destroyed. That's Palestine. Look what he just said. Palestine will be destroyed. So the Spirit of truth will tell you of things to come. I guess I didn't get it yet. I'm telling you of things to come yet. It's starting to make sense. In the year that King Ahaz died was this burden. Rejoice not thou, O Philistia, Palestinian, or Palestine, because the rod of him that smote thee is broken. For out of the serpent's root shall come forth a cockatrice, and his fruit shall be a fiery, flying serpent. And the firstborn of the poor shall feed, and the needy shall lie down in safety. And I will kill thy root with famine, and he shall slay thy remnants. How, O gate, cry, O city, thou whole Palestinian, art dissolved, for there shall come from the north a smoke. That's China. And none shall be alone in his appointed times. What shall one then answer the messengers of the nation? That the Father have founded Zion, and the poor of his people shall trust in it. Now, this one here says, how, O gate, cry, O city, thou whole Palestinian. Wide is the gate, broad is the way that leads to destruction. Everyone's looking at Jerusalem. And this is where exactly where Palestine is. Ancient Palestine. The broad gate. The Broadway. They call it the city of David. It makes sense. Here's the city of David. They want to call it the city of David, but actually the city of David is what? Gad. Gambia. That makes sense. It's balanced. Here is the true city of David. But this is where the city, where it says the city of David is. Broad is the way, and wide is the gate that leads to destruction. Where narrow is the way, and difficult, and it's difficult, that leads to life everlasting. It's totally in the opposite direction. He was making differentiation. He was speaking totally against the place where the Jews, I know those who say they are Jews, but are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Jews, as in Judah, the house of Judah. They're a place where they're at. It's the synagogue of Satan, which is broad the way, wide is the gate that leads to destruction. Narrow is the way that leads to life everlasting. Here is David's door right here. Verses where they try to say David's door is right here, the city of David. Can't be. Father just testified against them and said, no, it's not. Now watch this. The scripture says, howl and weep. And he's talking about rich people. He just said the same thing. He said, how, look, come now, you who are rich, weep and well over. He is talking about Palestine. This is powerful. Warning to the rich, come now, you who are rich, weep and well over the misery to come upon you. The riches have rotted, and moths have eaten your clothes. It's the same thing. The Father, it said right here, how, O gate, cry, O city, our whole Palestine art dissolved. But there shall come from the north a smoke, and none shall be alone in his appointed house. Actually, that could be us. Coming to kill him or destroy them. Because that's exactly what happens. When we all come together, we all go to Palestine and we do some damage down there. We destroy some stuff. But this is where we're at. Now we have the enemy who is literally causing people to worship him. And this is it right here. Now, the Messiah gave a testimony about this as well. This testimony, let's go look at it again.
我说能听到声音吗？
声音都能听到，哇，好震撼！火箭发射，火箭发射，太震撼了。
Now, remember this. Now the Messiah said something. Watch what he said. I beheld Satan fall what? Fall like lightning. Now it makes sense. So he told them, I saw Satan fall like lightning. This son is going to be destroyed. A joyful return. The 72 returned with joy and said, Messiah, even the demons submit to us in your name. So he told him, I saw Satan fall like lightning from where? From heaven. Now watch what happens. At that time, when that happens, so the time when this artificial sun is destroyed, watch what happens next. Behold, I have given you authority to tread on snakes and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing will harm you at that moment. Isn't that powerful? Watch this. So when that sun went up, we see right here, the 72 returned with joy and said, Messiah, even the demons submit to us in your name. So he told them, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. Behold. So right at the time when that artificial sun explodes or is destroyed or is cast down, this comes into play. Behold, I've given you authority to tread on snakes and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you. At that time, here it is. Look how it's tied in perfectly. So we didn't have to do anything. It's right here. Boom. How you are falling from heaven, O day star. That looked like a day star. A star of the day. I think it fits. Son of the dawn, or son of the morning. You have been cut down to the ground, O destroyer of nations. So the one who's doing this is the destroyer of nations. And the great dragon was hurled down, that ancient serpent called the devil and Satan, the deceiver of the whole world. He was hurled to the earth and his angels with him. Boom, right here. Lucifer going up. The sign of Lucifer going up now. Now is the judgment of this world. Now shall the prince of this world be cast out. This is his last stand. That's it. This is the devil's last stand. That sun right there is his last stand, because that's exactly what was found on me. Lucifer, the son of the morning. He has now found something to replace the morning sun. And the deceiver of the whole world, he was hurled down to the earth, and his angels with him. And I heard a loud voice in heaven saying, watch this, now have come the salvation and the power and the kingdom of our Yah and the authority of his what? Of me, his Messiah. For the accuser of our brothers have been thrown down, he who accuses them day and night before our Father. Ooh. Who is ready for this? It's coming. We're starting to see that our redemption is drawing nigh. It's right here. See how this thing is coming so accurately? Now watch this. The heavens will dissolve with fervent heat. 2 Peter, the day of Yah, do you understand now? The day of Yah is approaching. It is literally approaching in our day, in our time. The day of Yah is close at hand. Right? Remember, this day, this one particular day is now closely upon us. 2 Peter, the day of Yah. The Father is not slow in keeping his promise, as some understand slowness, but is patient with you, not wanting anyone to perish, but everyone to come to repentance. That's you. But the day of Yah will come like a thief. The heavens, what? Will disappear with a roar, which is what? An explosion. The elements will be destroyed by fire, and the earth and its works will be laid bare. Now, why is that? Because remember, the Father left the heavens as his throne, right? He don't went to the earth. He don't rode upon a cherub. Look at this. And the Father rode on the cherub. It says, the Lord bent in the heavens, and he came down on a cherub. Look, so he done left. Man is like a breath, his days are like a passing shadow. Part your heavens, O Yah, and come down. Touch the mountains that they may smoke. Watch this. He comes down on a cherub. Psalms 18. Here it is. The Father is my rock, right? Smoke rose from his nostrils and consuming fire from his mouth, glowing coals. Father's like breathe from the beginning. So we're gonna go for the beginning. EJ version. Okay. It's a Psalm of David, the servant of Yah, who spake unto the Father the words of this song in the day that the Father delivered him from the hand of all his enemies, from the hand of Saul. And he said, I will love thee, O Yah, my strength. The Father is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer. Now watch this. David said it's the day he wrote that he delivered him from all of his enemies and from Saul. I mean, what's this? This is still in play because I'm gonna have some enemies. My enemies gonna be your enemies, right? They're gonna come from you. I will love thee, O Yah, with my strength. The Father is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer. My Father, my strength, in whom I trust, my buckler and the horn of my salvation, and my high tower. I will call upon my Father, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies. The sorrows of death compassed me, and the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about. The snares of death prevented me. In my distress, I called upon the Father, and he cried unto my judge. He heard my voice out of his temple, and my cry came before him, even into his ears. Then the earth shook and trembled, The foundations also of the hills moved and were shaken because he was wroth. He was angry. There went a smoke out of his nostrils, and a fire out of his mouth. Devoured coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also and came down in darkness under his feet, and he rode upon a cherub. That's his house. And did fly. He did what? He bowed the heavens also and came down, and darkness was under his feet. He left the heavens. He left his throne and rode upon a cherub and did fly. Yea, he did fly upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness his secret place. His pavilion round about him were dark waters and thick clouds of the skies. At the brightness that was before him, his thick clouds passed, hailstones and coals of fire. The Father also thundered in the heavens, and the highest gave his voice, hailstones and coals of fire. Yea, he sent out his arrows and scattered them, and he shot, watch this, and he shot out lightnings and discomforted them. Who is he discomforting? Satan. Because watch this. The next, what does the Messiah give testimony of? He says, out of his own mouth, what did he see? It was just, I beheld Satan, what? Falling as fast as lightning. He told him, I saw Satan fall like lightning. I beheld Satan falling as lightning from heaven. What the Father just got through saying? I saw Satan having fallen like lightning from heaven. He sent out his arrows and scattered them, and he shot out lightnings and discomforted them. Boom. So he told him, I saw Satan, I beheld Satan falling like lightning. And he said unto them, I beheld, I witnessed Satan as lightning fall from heaven. This is going to get shot down. The Father is going to shoot this down. Why? Because it's representation of Satan in the heavens. And the Father's going to get wroth. And he's going to get mad. And he's going to literally blow it up. That's powerful.
听到哇，好震撼！火箭发射，火箭发射，赶紧看！
Boom. There it is. Up there in the sky. And he said to them, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. He's about to be struck down. So when this thing actually goes up, you already see what the Father's response is going to be. He's going to shoot it up with lightnings and discomfort it. Then the channels of water were seen, and the foundations of the world were discovered. Look at this. Then the channels of waters were seen. That means there's some things that people cannot see right now. There's something that is still yet, it's about to be discovered, and it's telling you right here, it's coming at the time when it's going to happen. So the time when that thing gets shot down, something's going to happen. Then the channels of water were seen. The foundations of the world were discovered at thy rebuke. He rebuked the enemy. Boom, shot him down. Oh, Father, at the blast of the breath of thy nostrils, he sent, watch this, he sent from above. He took me, he drew me out of many waters. That is the land, our home, being driven out of many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemy and from them which hated me, for they were too strong for me. And the ones who put them underwater power, They prevented me in the day of my calamity. The Father was my stay. He brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. The Father rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands hath he recompensed me. For I have kept the ways of Father and have not wickedly departed from my judge. For all his judgments were before me, and I did not put away his statutes from me. I was also upright before him, and I kept myself from my iniquity. Therefore have the Father recompensed me according to my righteousness, according to the cleanness of my hands in his eyesight. With the merciful thou shalt show, you shall show yourself merciful. To the upright man thou shalt show yourself upright. With the pure thou shalt show yourself pure, and with the froward thou shalt show yourself froward. So he's going to show himself the way that you show yourself to him. So if you come off as pure, he's going to show himself pure. You show yourself as a forward person, he's going to be forward with you. You show yourself merciful, he's going to be more merciful with you. You show yourself as upright, you're going to show yourself as upright. But it's all dependent on what he sees in eyesight. You try to put on a front in front of you, and the Father sees the real you. So he can still be to you the way that you really are. The Father does not see the way man sees, but he sees the heart, right? But thou will save, watch this, for you will save the afflicted people, but will bring down high looks. You will light my candle. You will light my candle. The Father, my Yah, will enlighten my darkness. So he's literally in darkness. So I know we brought out a lot right here. People need to see that what is going on. There's a lot of stuff that is about to happen right here. Goodness, thou hast also given me the shield of my salvation, of your salvation, and thy right hand have holden me up, and thy gentleness have made me great. Enlarge my steps under me, that my feet slip not. I could see this is where we're at. But the day of Yah will come like a thief. The heavens will disappear with a roar. The elements will be destroyed by fire, and the earth and its works will be laid bare. Since everything will be destroyed in this way, what kind of people ought you to be? You ought to conduct yourselves in holiness and godliness. Holiness is the same thing as holy, being set apart, right? Set apart is why the set apart spirit is given to make us set apart. The Holy Spirit is literally a person, a teacher, a leader, a king, to literally cause you to be all that the Father said to be. Watch this, keep you from this day of judgment coming upon the whole entire earth. But the day of Yah will come like a thief. Meaning what? It's going to come on a day that most people are not expecting. Most likely it's going to happen on a feast day or a Sabbath. The heavens will disappear with a roar. That is literally this artificial sun blowing up with the Father rebuking it. The elements will be destroyed by fire, and the earth and its works will be laid bare. Will be seen by all. We can watch this one more time. Nobody get above it.
看点火了，点火了，点火了！哇，火箭发射，听听，看录像屏，哇，发射了，听听，哇，听到听到，火箭发射，哇，这声音真大！
我说能听到声音吗？
声音都能听到，哇，好震撼！火箭发射，火箭发射，赶紧看！
Now, people are going to begin to wonder after this man who has made this 1 trillion artificial sun. There's a time bomb or a bomb in the sky. And when this bad boy goes off, it is literally going to what? It says the heavens, watch this, roll back like a scroll. The heavens rolled back like a scroll. That's what's going on. Revelation 6 and 14. Here it is, Isaiah 34 and 4. all the stars of heaven will be dissolved. Now you can see why. It's here. The Father's judgment on the nations. Their slain will be left unburied, and the stench of their corpses will rise. The mountains will flow with their blood. All the stars of heaven will be dissolved. The skies will be rolled up like a scroll, and all their stars will fall like withered leaves from the vine, like foliage from the fig tree. When my sword has drunk its fill in the heavens, then it will come down upon Edom, upon the people I have devoted to destruction. They got dedication. They are dedicated for destruction. It's the last one, and I gotta go. All right, watch this. That's Isaiah. Next one right here, Revelation 6:14. And y'all see we done brought this thing out now. Look, it's the sixth seal, terror. And the stars of the sky fell to the earth like unripe figs, dropping from the tree, shaken by a great wind. The sky rescinded like a scroll being rolled up, and every mountain and island was moved from its place. Then the kings of the earth, the nobles, the commanders, the rich, the mighty, and every slave and freeman hid in caves and among the rocks in the mountains. You see this the end game right here. What they're saying, hide us from the face of him whom we have to deal with. This is the end. So when that sun blows up, it's a wrap. You do not want to be on the opposite side. See, but the day of Yah, I told you, it's that day. So don't be oohing and ahhing about that sun, unless your name will be found written in the Lamb's book of death, right? They shall perish, but thou shalt endure. Yea, all of them shall wax old like a garment. As a vesture shall thou change them, and they shall be changed. Meaning what? That fire is going to literally consume them. They're going to be consumed in that fire. The fire is going to start from the heavens, and it's going to work its way all the way down. And it's killing everything with fire and with sword, for the Father as will be meaning slain of the Father. So with that, remember, truth is not biased, it's absolute. Thanks for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to do this. It's always a pleasure to bring the word where the Father says for us to bring out. Yeah. I know people's minds like, wait a minute, what in the world is happening? So but yeah, we're here.
Yeah, so we are here at Truth Colors today, and today I blew my brother Yasha's mind, you know, by telling him something that he didn't even know about, you know. You see, the Father works in amazing ways. Yasha has had, see the background that I have right here? It has many colors. It's the Truth Colors background. So Yasha has had it since he started his YouTube channel. So me in the process of doing reading my stuff and all that, I've read about the coat of many colors. You know, the father, all the patriarchs in the Bible used to have that coat. It goes down from Adam all the way till Joseph, and you know, during the period of Joseph is when the coat kind of disappeared. But it was the coat of many colors. The same thing is what my brother Yasha here has. Truth colors. So you guys need to know that where all the colors for the truth are is where the Father dwells. So this guy has the truth and it's the bomb. If you guys are still double-minded, it's for your own doom. Check him out. Always listen to his words. The Father says you listen to what he tells you. You don't look at what he's doing. Listen to what he's telling you. If you follow the instructions, boom, you'll be saved. If you look at Adam and Eve, they didn't follow the instructions. The Father gave them the instructions. They went away from it. They did their own thing. They leaned onto their own understanding. But right now, he's speaking to all of us through Yasha. So we're supposed to listen to what Yasha is telling us. Truth colors. That's where the truth is. The way, the truth, and the lie. Yeah, my boy.
Appreciate it, fam. Appreciate it, fam. I do.
All right. You gonna cut it?
Yeah. All right, fam. Thank you for subscribing and supporting my Patreon channel, where the truth is not biased. It's absolute. I dedicate this channel through Nzambi Zulu to the awakening of my people and discovering who they truly are, to bring out information and revelation that they may not see anywhere else. And as we embark on this journey together, feel free to shop with us. OBYU, featuring our brand, Goshen Black. You can also purchase New Truth music from me, your boy Heart of Song, aka Music, featuring Etana, Nzambi, JG, The Messenger, and other great artists on CD Baby and iTunes. It's time to awaken to the truth and power. Aren't you tired of being lied to? Truth speaks. Truth awakens. Truth colors.
Other songs.
Revelations. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, and receive his mark into his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Elohim, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Satan cast into the lake of fire. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and they shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. The great white throne. And I saw a great white throne, and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead, small and great, stand before Elohim, and the books were open, and another book was open, which was in the book of life. And the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books, according to their works. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them. And they were judged, every man according to their works, in death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. But I will tell you what will happen to cowards and to everyone who is unfaithful or dirty-minded or who murders or is sexually immoral or uses witchcraft or worships idols or tell lies. They will be thrown